So today I'm going to take you through Vulfpeck's Disco Ulysses. Or is it Ulysses or Ulysses? So there are two separate guitar parts in this tune, but for this lesson I've boiled things down into one guitar part, which is essentially really just Cory Wong's guitar part, the part that he plays on the record. So the tune has got a kind of classic disco funk feel to it, as you might expect. And from a guitar playing point of view, I think it's a great chance to really work on your sort of time feel and rhythm playing. So the guitar part that sort of opens the tune, that is played largely unaccompanied to start with, goes like this, right? Okay, now this part is based around, it starts with an E major 7 chord. We're actually in the key of B major, but it starts on the 4 chord, bar across 7, then you've got from 4th string 9th fret, then 8th fret 3rd string, and then little finger on 9th fret the 2nd string. Now the little melody is achieved by bringing off your little finger. Okay, you need to be used to that. That theme continues throughout the rest of the tune, really. So in terms of the rhythm, it's 3, 4. Okay, hopefully you can hear how the melody's moving there. Then it moves down to a D sharp minor 7. Okay, so I'm going to move down, slightly different shape, 8th fret 2nd string, and 7th fret 2nd string, 8th fret 4th string. Same thing. So we got, when we move down, notice how I'm using the little finger onto the 9th fret there. So, and I should think you sort of comfortably hear the melody here. So, okay. Then the next chord is taking that shape down 2 frets to a C sharp minor 7. So we got, where exactly the same motion with that chord happens as did with D sharp. Okay, so you got that same thing. So we've got E, C sharp minor 7. Okay, so far we've got E major 7, D sharp minor 7, C sharp minor 7. The last section is taking that shape up to 11th, where you've got a G sharp minor 7, right? And it's slightly different. So what's happening here, you've got you're barring across 11th, and you've got like a grace note hammer on with middle finger and 3rd finger, same shape as before. Think Long Train Running, you know. So you've got the grace note, then it comes off as a straight bar across 11. Then you get this kind of sus4 type thing he does with his little finger, which is at 14th fret, 2nd string, sus4. Then it finishes with just the bar across 11. I'm basically playing strings 4, 3 and 2 here. It's a little bit rough, but so we got, and then it finishes with jumping back onto the original G sharp minor 7 chord shape. So we got E major 7, D sharp, C sharp, G sharp, minor 7. Okay? So that's joined by guitar 2, and then the rest of the band come in, and it does change slightly. Now, I'm not going to kind of go through rhythmically. Basically, you need to listen to it, right? So once you've got that part, listen to the track and listen to how the drums come in. It looks as if Cory Wong's using downstrokes for this whole thing, which actually is quite interesting because it gives the whole rhythm a kind of different feel and a different attack. Anyway, so what's different here is it comes in the and of 4, 3 and 4. So all the same chord shapes, slightly different rhythm. So the way that I kind of differentiate it in my head is that he's playing straight alternate. So in terms of the melody note, ba-da-da-da, so he's going 4. So what's happening there is I'm going 9 on the melody. So it's like, and then it goes down to the D sharp as before. And then we're going to move to the C sharp as before, but catch the upstroke. Sorry, the offbeat, because he plays it as a downstroke. Same rhythm there. And then when it goes up to the G sharp, it's a bit easier. So you've just got the kind of movement of the middle and the 3rd fingers. Hopefully you can kind of get a feel for that. 11 as a bar, fingers on, 11 as a bar, fingers on. Alright, so we got 3 and 4. D sharp minor 7, C sharp. So for that guitar part, that's the part that's played when he's playing with the rest of the band. In terms of like the timing, I think you've just got to listen to it, right? I mean, the transition is a little bit strange because it comes on the offbeat, but I think once you've heard it, and again, as I always say, it's always the best way of learning anyway. So that's that part. So then there's kind of a funky popping guitar part, really common funk guitar thing, right? It goes 3, 4, 1. Pretty basic idea. Again, we're down at B major pentatonic, and we've got 4th fret, 4th string, 6th fret, 4th string, 4th fret, 3rd string. Those are the only 3 notes. I'll just give you the notes. I'll talk briefly about the technique. So the first bit is, and you might be able to figure it out from that, but you've got a hammer on 4 to 6, and then 4 on the 3rd string, moving between that and 6 on the 4th string, 6 and 4. So, and then it's, so you get this 3. Let me play that through because it's only those 3 notes. I think you can probably get it from that. So 3 and 4 and 1. So that's the first part. The second part is very similar. The first bit's the same. So it's okay, so the second bit starts exactly the same, 4 to 6. Little hammer on from 4 to 6, and then 4, 6, 4, 6 on the 4th string. Let me play that all together. So it's like 3 and 4 and 1. Second bit. Okay, so it's lovely little part work on in terms of what's going on elsewhere. Now Cory Wong has almost got a sort of trademark percussive sound. He really, to my ears, it sounds like he's really just kind of whacking. He's getting so much clarity. Really what's going on, that he's kind of putting in the occasional muted go stroke, and he's really whacking it. So it's a bit more like sort of 3 and 4 and 1. You can really hear he's really kind of attacking the strings. Again, there's lots of that sort of 16th note, sort of muted thing. So get the notes first and then try adding the sort of percussive elements in. So the next part is a kind of doubling of the bass line, but played on guitar. On their video, it looks as if the other guitarist, Theo Katzman, is playing it. Just thought I'd throw it in because it's quite cool. So it's a bit like this. It's actually... Okay, so it goes like this. You start with nil, 2, 3, 4 on the 6th string, and then back down. That's the first bit. Then it goes to the 5th string, 2, 3, 4. Okay, and then it comes down. The sort of response to that is, it's quite subtle. He plays 7th fret, 6th string, and comes down on the 5th string. 6, 5, 4. So far we got nil, 2, 3, 4. 4, 3, 2, 2, then 2, 3, 4 on the 5th string, and then back down the 5th string, and then the last bit is back to the 6th string, 2, 3, 4, 4, and then ba da da da, back down the string, back down the 6th string. Okay, so that's the first time. So walk it through without stopping. So nil, 2, 3, 4, 4, 3, 2, 2, 2, 3, 4, 6, 5, 4, 2, 3, 4, 4, 4, 3, 2, nil. And then the pattern starts again. Now the only thing that's slightly different the second time, I'll play it for you and show you, is that we get, so I'll play it through, it's just right at the end. You've got nil, 2, 3, 4, 2, 1, then 5th, back down 5th, very slight difference. So on that second time, near the end, you get 2, 3, 4, and then it goes up to 2 on 5th string, and then you come down 4, 3, 2, nil, and that's it. Let me play it through one time. Here we go. 3, 4. 5th string, down 5th string. 2, 3, 4. Back down. Second time. 2, 2, 2, 3, 4. Here we go. Okay, and that's back, and that's it for that part. So we also have the little unison bit which goes something like this, 3, 4. So this part just uses notes of B major pentatonic. I think that the other guitarist, I think Theo Capson plays a harmony on it. I'm just going with the main part, right? It starts with the little slide from 4 to 6 on your 3rd string. That's the way I'm playing it. You can of course play it in different positions, but this is what works for me. So 4 to 6, then all the way back to 4th fret on your 3rd string, then back to 6th fret on the 4th string. So that's kind of the main motif, and then it finishes with a 4, 6 on this 3rd string. So you get. Sorry, I was a bit naff. Okay, so that's the sort of main bit. Now it happens sort of 3.5 times, I suppose. So in terms of timing, you got 3 and 4 and 1, and then again. But then we get this. So you get this kind of extra slide that he puts in at a time that you're not necessarily expecting it. Let me do that all together again. So 3 and 4 and 1 and 1. Extra slide. Okay, and that's part. Now I think there might be 1 or 2 occasions where instead of playing, he plays like. So we put in like, come back down the scale, 4, 6 from, so 4, 6, 6, 4, sorry, 4th string, and then back 4th, 6. So I think it maybe happens once or twice. Just worth bearing in mind. Then we've got the. So this little bit here is just straight B major pentatonic scale. You're going to come down 7th fret, top string, 9th fret, 2nd string, 7th fret, 2nd string, 8th fret, 3rd string, 6th fret, 3rd string. So it's just straight down the scale, and then it finishes with the. Okay, and that little bit is just the same as the beginning. You got the 2 slides down, and I think he finishes on 4th fret, 4th string. So all together, quite slowly, you got 3 and 4 and 1. Second time. Extra slide. Little rundown. I sometimes slide into that B as well. And you can mute it, of course. Quite like the mute on that one. Alright, so that's that part. So there is one more little part that Cory Wong plays. To be honest, I nearly didn't put this in the lesson because I just felt it was a bit of a kind of improvised guitar part. But anyway, I'll sort of take you through it. So it's along the lines of this, 3 and 4 and 1. Now my full disclaimer being that, to my ears, he's kind of improvising that a little bit, but the pattern I've kind of picked out is broadly enough, sort of close enough to get you there. Now the key point here is he's just playing a B note on the 3rd string 4th fret. Now as you can hear, there is a whole lot of muting going on. But let me take you through the rhythm first. So it's 3 and 4 and 1. So that's kind of the rough rhythm. You're going 3 and 4 and 1. So you need to get comfortable with that. Ideally, if you can put in some sort of ghost muted strokes with the right hand, it's not going to cut it if you just play. Part of the thing that makes a part like this so good is that he's managing to play a mute with all of the other strings, but bringing out that note, which is quite an art in itself, to be honest with you. I'd probably start just by, if you're not already, being very comfortable with 16th notes, and I'm really using my fingers 2, 3 and 4 a little bit to mute everything else, but just allowing that 4th fret note to come out. Once you've got that, you just build it up slowly. And if you listen to the attack, it's just such a heavy right hand attack. So it's just something to work on, but I just thought I'd throw that in at the end there. So those are all the parts of the tune. It's up to you to sort of, I guess, put them together and have a bit of fun with it. Do let me know what you thought of the lesson, and I hope to see you soon.